You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way. If I could kill it, I would. But I legally can't. But I've considered it.
Yes, I do absolutely fucking hate Discord. Yes, I am being honest. Granted, the thing is that it's not the app itself that sucks, it's the people inside of it which absolutely make the app unbearable. I'm talking furries, I'm talking fucking pedos, I'm talking all the most horrifying things to have ever been born go to Discord. The app itself, I'm gonna be honest, is actually really decent. I really like the layout, I like the call and stream system is really nice, and you don't really have to worry about a lot of stuff. But the people are so fucking weird, dude. It's so disgusting, the shit they talk about. And this coming from a guy who used it back in the day when it was all, new, it was wholesome, it was a lot better, for me at least. But now the amount of shit you see in it is just so weird. Furries, people with nudes, it's weird. And I hate the fact it's become so normal for people to act this weird. Granted, it's the whole thing with the masks. If you're don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Basically, the thing with the internet is that people who do horrific stuff, who have horrific fantasies, on the internet, they can openly talk about them and openly, share their thoughts or fantasies with other people who have the same fantasies. And Discord has accelerated this thing to the point where you can talk about, a 5-year-old child who is quote-unquote 300 years old, and it's just a normal thing. That's all it is. And I'm fucking disgusted by the fact that people don't bat an eye at this. Yes, you can be like, wow, that's weird, but nobody does anything about it. It's the whole thing of like, you can do whatever you want. Yes, you can do whatever you want, but that doesn't mean you're free of the consequences, which a lot of people don't actually realize, which of course pisses me off. And the thing is, at least, that although it's a great thing for talking to people, and I've made some really good friends from it, I'm gonna be honest, it can be a really good app if you find the right people. But the thing is, you usually do not do that. And people sometimes are so obsessed with it. It's just a whole bunch of incels, a whole bunch of people who their existence is simply based on Discord. It's just that. They go on Discord for 24 hours a day, they stay there and they do nothing about it. And you may think, oh, well, what do you know about being an incel? I used to be an introvert. Until I decided, no, fuck this. I'm gonna go out. I don't care if I get embarrassed. I'm gonna be more open. I'm gonna be myself. If people don't like it, I don't care. I'm gonna attract those who like me. I'm gonna repel those who don't. And that's what the fuck happened. And believe me, this is not something to be, oh my god, what are you saying? This, people are so depressed these days. Yes, I'm telling you, 95% of people are depressed as all hell. 3% are absolutely, are at the brink of committing not alive. 1% is just random furries who want some other furries to roleplay with, and 0.5% are interesting people, while the 5% are just random innocent people who thought, hey, maybe I could go on here, make some friends, have fun. And some of them probably did. Personally, I think it's just 50-50. No, not 50. Maybe, okay, 50-50. I'll agree with 50-50. I know, man. It's just a weird app with weird people in it, and it's just really weird how many people become obsessed with it. It's the same thing with Twitter, same thing with Instagram. Some people devote their whole existence just to these apps. Their whole friendships are on Discord. Their whole validation, their affection comes from these apps, which really is stupid. I know some people like, oh, I have no friends because this and this. The thing is, I think, these days at least, people are very afraid to actually do things that will make them move forward in life, because they're afraid that if they do it, they'll get embarrassed. The thing is, you will get embarrassed. You will be embarrassed in life whether you like it or not. But the thing is that if you go out, make a joke and nobody laughs, yes, you will be embarrassed. But at least you had the courage to say it. And so if you do it again, they might laugh a little bit. And you do it again, they laugh a little bit louder and louder and louder. And you get more confident and more confident and more confident. And that's how people become more open. That's how they more extroverted. This is how they become more confident in themselves by doing things they're afraid of. Because if you keep the fears, if you keep the sadness to yourself, then nobody will really care. Because you don't want to be open about it. You don't want to share what you're talking about. Yes, some people don't really care, but why the hell do you care? The thing is that life isn't revolved around you. You might be suffering, you know, like, oh, nobody cares. What about others who are suffering as well? Are you just going to stand there and be part of like a lot of people who go through hard shit? Just because people go through hardships doesn't mean they have to constantly be sad about it. Yes, some people, you know, have disabilities. Some can't really help it. But the thing is, people still who go through these artists, they still work. They still say, no, I'm not gonna be sad. Fuck that. I'm gonna be stronger than that. I'm gonna be better than that. I'm gonna improve myself. And people these days don't do that. They give up so easy. Oh, I have depression. Oh, I have this. I used to have depression as well. Well, not full-on depression, but I used to be really fucking sad as well. I used to have points where I would legitimately just stand. I would be sad. I wouldn't know what to do. But you know what I did? I didn't give a singular fuck. I said, no, I'm not gonna be sad. I'm gonna do shit I like. I'm gonna do stuff I like. And I'm gonna be happy about it. I'm not gonna stand around just think about the past. Think about what bad things have happened to me. Why should I do that? And people talk about, oh, my family did this. My family did that. Just talk it out with your family, man. Talk it out. Be honest about it. People don't want to be honest these days, and just weird. Why not? And yes, I know that sometimes being honest might not be the best idea for certain people. But 99% of the time, it's a good thing. There's a difference between being honest and being stupid, but there's also a difference between being honest and smart about it. The thing is that if you're honest with people, they trust you more. They know that you won't lie to them. They know that you won't manipulate them. They know that you're just a good person in general. And unfortunately, these days, being honest is actually seen more as a crime. Because if you're honest about your opinion, people will most likely think of you as an enemy. Because most of the time, honest opinions are opinions that don't go with most of the mob. So basically, people are like, oh, you don't agree with us, you suck, get away from me. That's most of the time, that's how I've seen, because these days, everybody is just, you have to be part of a group, because if you're not part of the group, everybody will just be against you. And the thing is, why be part of a certain group? Why not just have your own idea and people will join that idea? People are so afraid to be honest with themselves and to actually, you know, realize when they're wrong, realize that they probably shouldn't be doing what they're doing, but they still do it for attention. Like, for example, I know why, I've been on Twitter a lot because I really enjoy the political debates I have with some people, and it's really interesting to see people's other views, because I've had some genuinely interesting people to talk with, and they've shown me some interesting sides of things, and I've shown them some interesting sides of things. For example, I've talked with some person about some, people who give up their livers or, uteruses to certain people because they want to feel fully like women, which is ridiculous. Oh, I feel like I'm a woman, so I'm gonna cut off my pee-pee, and then I'm gonna put the VV in there, just cut a hole right down. And the reason I find this horrifying is, why would that ever be normal? We've reached a point in our world, on our earth, where people can say, a man, biologically born a man, with the brain of a man, that, oh, I feel like a woman, I'm going to cut off this part of myself and put something else in it because I feel that's how I am. The thing is, there's a difference when you express your feelings and people listen to you and realize it's gonna be okay, feelings will change. And there's a big difference when you are shown facts and your feelings override the facts. That's the point we reached, where feelings which are unstable, which always change and always will be changing, are in control of most of the things in Earth these days. Back in the fucking day, at least, for my father, my mother, people didn't care about your feelings. And not in a bad sense, but they didn't care if you were all like, oh, I like this, I want this, I want this. No, they said work and do what you want. That's at least how my father talked about it back in the days, where people didn't really care about how you felt about certain things. What they cared about was you working, you doing your job, being a good person, being kind and honest. The people who cared about your feelings were your family, were your close friends, were people who you had around, who you've been good to, and they've been good to you back. I remember my father, at least, he was born back in the days where there were just war everywhere. He traveled the damn world, he met all sorts of people, and he knew very well not to be emotional about stuff. You know, he is hard as fucking nails, and he taught me, don't be dumb. I remember my mother told me something I keep to this day, and I remember she told me, she said, be loyal, but never trust anybody. Because through trusting someone, even a friend you've known for 10 years, there's still that chance of betrayal. You should always be loyal, you shouldn't be paranoid, but you should always prepare, no matter what. And the thing, okay, I went off topic okay, long story short, Discord sucks, Skype is life, is beautiful. Just subscribe to twomad, subscribe to Leafy, subscribe to KEEMSTAR, dislike KSI videos, because he still hasn't replied to my DM, and also good morning and good night.
In water, chimps will drown.